Hi, I'm Andrew Dool. I'm an artist based in Noble Park, and I'm also the grants writer at Connection Art Space, a community-based arts organisation in Dandenong. And my arts practice is mostly focused on painting, and it's usually exploring my own family history and combining it with current themes, and whether that's through photos or current political themes or things that are happening around me. The medium I would usually use for my paintings is acrylic, and sometimes I might use things like modelling paste or some varnishes on top as well. For my 9x5, so I thought about the size of the board itself and what it reminded me of. So the 9x5 board, it reminded me of these red envelopes that you give to people during Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year, and they're supposed to give people good fortune, and they usually have a little bit of money inside. And it brought back the memory of when I was a child getting the first one of these that I could receive, and it had a $2 coin on it. So I wanted to create a design that had a $2 coin on the front and redo what the red envelope meant to me. And the background of the this, instead of being traditional Chinese emblems, I wanted to use the wallpaper of my grandma's house, which is where I remember receiving my first red envelope.
Hi, my name is Leia. I'm a multimedia artist, and I also do some videography works here and there. Do some graphic design work with CAS, and now I'm currently a general volunteer at CAS. I'm mainly interested in identity, so I feel like I always tend to do self-portraits or something about like identity and finding myself. I was very inspired by the 9x5 now. I'm interested in collaging and oil painting. I like doing that, and also just surrealist things, abstract art. Yeah, I like negative spaces, so I try to leave something that's with any shape, a negative space, and then I will lay things out. Sometimes I will use these scraps, and then I'll cut them out. I'll lay them out on top of the canvas and just see where I like them. I think it can be anything you want it to be, and you don't have to be an accomplished artist, or you don't have to have previous exhibitions or anything like that. Yeah, I think it's really achievable.
I am Dulin Lara Alegre Huwab. I'm also known as Star Huwab, and my artist name is Tagabarrio. And I am currently the director of Connection Art Space, and I am also a multidisciplinary artist here in the southeastern suburbs of Nam. I'm a visual artist. It ranges from painting, printing, or sculpting as well, but I am also a spoken word artist, and most of the time my work revolves around my personal lived experiences or things about just being a minority, or just like a preview of what I've seen or I see through my lens as a queer Filipino migrant woman here, showing my heritage and ancestry through my works. For the 9x5 specifically, I have a calligraphy ink that's been infused with frangipani oil, and then I have oil for the reds and acrylic for the golds. Just thinking a little bit outside the box is quite fun too, because you get to express yourself in many other ways that people probably wouldn't think of, and I think that's why it's cool.
Hi, I'm Aisha, and I love oil painting. I used to volunteer at Connection Art Space many years ago. I was the exhibitions coordinator for just over half a year. So a lot of the things I end up painting are around memories of people around me, or they're inspired by my friends or pop culture, things that I've consumed. For the 9x5 panel, I wanted to lean into some films. I always love the framing of different directors and their creative vision. And so I was having a look through some stills from Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee. It's a very poignant film as well, and I wanted to kind of capture that in the painting. So I was looking at the composition of that, but I wanted to recontextualize it to something a bit more relevant to me. So you can see I tried to look at perspective and composition, and these are the screenshots from the film on a 9x5 size. Basically, I wanted to have something on the board that maybe asks us a big question about who we are and where we are in society and where we fit in. And having something that huge on a really small kind of panel, I guess it forces you to think about it a little bit more. And I think it's interesting to think about the size as well, because it's small, might be easier to dismiss.